tonight I am going to be doing readings for our upcoming full moon. That will be on June 3rd, 2023 at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The moon will be in the sign of Sagittarius when it goes full, 13 degrees of Sagittarius, in complete direct opposition to our sun in Gemini at 13 degrees. So that is what we will be looking at tonight. If you've been here with me before, you know how I do my full moon readings. I will guide you along the way. They're basically a past, present, future layout. So we're going to be looking at the, past influences of the previous full moon that would have been the full moon in Scorpio. We're going to look at the energies that are coming in for you currently when that Sagittarius full moon arrives, and then we're going to be looking at the next 30 days out till the next full moon, and that will be the full moon in Capricorn for July. So that is how those layouts work. We are in Gemini season. So big happy birthday to all my Gemini folks out there, or people with Gemini influence. It is your season, and I've got your cup. And I'm having a cup of tea tonight in this cup. And it is a really nice oolong that I'm having this evening. So we are going to start with the sign of Gemini. That is what we're going to start with. So happy birthday, all my Geminis. This is going to be all about the full moon that happens when the sun is in your sign. So this will be the Sagittarius full moon for you guys. Hope you have been doing great out there. Put my lighter down there. So we are going to start out, we're going to use two lunar-based oracle decks. The goddess, the Oracle of the Moon, and we're also going to be doing the Moonology deck. And I will be using two tarot decks as well to get your messages for you. Dear Spirit, let's see what we've got for our beautiful Geminis coming through for their full moon. That will be the full moon in Sagittarius on June the 3rd. Let's see what we have for Gemini past, present, and future, please. Very nice layout. We've got a lot of fixed sign energy, Gemini, coming right off the bat here for you. So I really get a feeling that you're making some strong determinations as this full moon comes in for you. The immediate past, this last 30 days, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. I would say this last month, you've been really in a place where you're shining your light more than ever, being more true to yourself than ever. So that is a very positive thing. Aquarius is in good alignment with your sign, Gemini. So I would say that the more true you are to yourself, the more you are your authentic self, the happier you will be. And you may have really come to some revelations over this last month's period where you said, I can no longer even, partly, undermine myself just to make others happy. I have to truly live authentically. I have to truly be who I am. If I'm not, then I'm never going to be happy. I'm never going to make anybody else happy. And so that feels like very much what you've experienced. And that has given way to new beginnings. Wow. So Gemini, this last month has been powerful for you. I think you've been stepping into your own. I think you've been, gaining a greater sense of yourself, but also your independence. You might have broken away from some old relationships or friendships this last month, because to me, once those new beginnings come through, there had to be some old endings that led to that. So you're definitely going through with that new moon energy, something culminating in your personal life. And I do feel like you've let go of some people, you've let go of some old circumstances, and you're getting ready to walk through a new gate, or you already have. Going into the current energy of the full moon, when the full moon arrives for you on June the 3rd, confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So there's the opposite side of Aquarius is Leo, and that Leo energy is all about really embodying that new self, that new confidence, that new creative spirit, because Leo is about the performance. It is about having fun doing the performance. It's a very creative, colorful spirit. And so I would say this is the time to not back down. It's not the time to kind of second guess yourself or go, oh, maybe I went a little too far. Maybe I, put my neck out too much. Maybe I shone my light too bright. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Be confident that where you're going is the right direction here, Gemini. Let's get a clarifier for this card. Oh, I love it. Okay, Gemini, this full moon is seriously bringing into manifestation some powerful self-love. Leo is, the sign that rules the heart. And I think that for you right now, the more that you care and nurture for yourself, the more you will be happy in all your relationships or all your circumstances. But this to me is a time that says, confidence, of course, is key, but confidence comes from knowing yourself, loving who you are, no matter how other people feel about it. And this is one of my favorite cards from this deck. So I just feel like this is a very, very positive upswing. I do feel that the full moon in Sagittarius teaches us a lot about our life path and our life truth. So as this light of this truth with this full moon comes in to shine on you, I feel like a lot of that truth is revealed to be that you are just right where you are. It is a good thing that you're embodying yourself, and it is something where you feel, yes, I am worthy to be loved. I'm worthy of that love, and you start really giving it to yourself and growing in your confidence. Going forward into the next month as the full moon starts to wane and go towards our next full moon for July, you are going to be working out some plans, some practical details. I think Geminis are big dreamers. They have lots of ideas, they have lots of goals, they have lots of, things that go through their minds, but it's really saying that the dreams need a practical plan. So full moon in Taurus, the next 30 days, I think that that confidence that you have in yourself is very vital to this, because it gives you that belief in yourself that yes, I have this dream, and yes, I can put my mind to it or get people to help me, work it out. You might be attracting earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and they may be helping you to start really putting some tangible effort into those dreams that you have. Really nice read so far here, Gemini. Let's clarify this card for you. And you are very protected. So don't worry. You might say, oh, I'm kind of scared to go out on a limb, or I might be a little bit worried to start working on this or start making these practical plans. But don't be, because Spirit is really protecting you here as you go forward in this endeavor, Gemini. Let's get a little tarot on this. We're just going to deepen your messages up and see what's coming through in the tarot. Same layout, past, present, future. So we're just clarifying the lunar oracle that we just put out here. Yes. Oh my goodness. You are in some serious building energy, Gemini, and it's really quite beautiful to see it. I do absolutely feel even more now that this past month is definitely about leaving behind some old negative cycles. Maybe leaving behind some bad relationships or friendships, some kind of, even business associations, maybe even where you live, because we had this Tower card on top of the new beginnings. My goodness, that is a Mars card. Mars finished its cycle in your sign this year, and it was in your sign a very long time, Gemini. And Mars rules the Tower card. So I feel that this action is very deep for you. This is something that was coming for a long time, and I think it culminated this last month, and you are definitely moving forward in a better, more positive direction. Yeah, it broke you out of something that was extremely binding and really had you trapped in your head. You had been in a cycle of, not really believing in yourself. Again, I just can't help it. I feel like this could have been some kind of negative circumstance, relationship situation with the Eight of Swords, because this is somebody that's really bound up, but it's mostly their own mind and their own thoughts that keep them stuck. And, the Tower breaks you free. The Tower knocks everything over so that you can start building a fresh new foundation that's going to be much more positive. So, Gemini, you've walked away from something really, really negative, and you're going to something really great, because look at this. The Tower knocked you down, but the Three of Pentacles here in the present energy coming in is building you back up. And yeah, I do feel like that you're doing this with the help of either a partner, a friend, a new coworker. Somebody is coming in, or you're finding the right people to rebuild your life with, and it's very positive, right? This is a great kind of energy. I absolutely love the feeling I'm getting from this reading for you. And the Empress. So my goodness, yes, whatever it is that you're building here, Gemini, is going to really succeed. It's really going to blossom. It's really going to flourish. You're really giving birth to something beautiful and new. Again, you might be aligning with some divine feminine energy, whether that's you, whether that's someone else, or just whether somebody that really brings you into your own when it comes to the creative force. But look what we've got going into the future. You cannot make this up. We've got the King of Pentacles. It's the Taurus King with the Taurus Moon card. I'm saying, so there could be a very strong Taurus person coming into your life, or again, or another earth sign like Capricorn or Virgo, because this is very earthy. It's very manifest. To me, the King of Pentacles is a similar energy to our Empress. It's like the masculine aspect, you know? And to me, this is just, you're really putting your roots down. You're feeling more solid. You're feeling more self-confident. Yeah, you're just feeling a lot more grounded and a lot more stable as we head into this coming month. Yeah, and you're overcoming heartbreak. I think that, you know, heartbreak and loss were something that you dealt with, and that's what you're healing from here, right? Absolutely. You're taking those swords out of your heart. This is big positive energy. Ah, Gemini. And I know you guys have been going through it for a minute, because I would say even for the last year, maybe even year and a half, your reads have been kind of hard, Gemini. You've had to put a lot of boundaries down with people. I've seen that in your reads, where you've really had to put your foot down like again and again. And I feel like with this reading, I feel like you really have put it down. Most of my Geminis, it's like that cycle is done. Whatever it is that you needed to complete, I feel like you have. Let's get an affirmation on this for you. All right, so first quarter moon in Virgo. Assess the situation here. So Virgo is all about the details, Gemini. It's all about healing too, healing and health. And I feel like you're kind of halfway in your journey, or at least part of the way into your journey, right? So just keep looking at the situation, assess and adjust as you need to go along with it. You know, things are fluid, things are flexible, and things are building for you. And I do feel like you are healing. You're doing a ton of healing. Oh, and look what was on the bottom. Make time for self-love. There is that self-love message again, Gemini. So, you know, when you value yourself, others value you too, and you're going to attract people that have that similar energy. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It makes me happy for you guys, because I just know, like, I've just seen a lot of hard readings for you guys for a while. And I'm just kind of like, wow, when is Gemini gonna come out of this journey? And I feel like with this read, you really are. This is the best one I've seen for you guys in quite a while. So good for you. And that's a good thing for your birthday reading, your birthday month. All right, so next sign up, guys, we're going to get into Cancer. I'm just going to go in order of these. We start with Gemini, so we're just going to keep going in order from there. So Cancer is up next. Hope you guys are doing well. Cancer, you are my little moon children, so I always say full moon readings or anything to do with the moon is always a little bit more important, a little more special to you than for any other sign, because you are very in tune with the moon. That is very much my Cancer folks out there. So let's get into your reading. This is going to be for the full moon of June 2023, and that happens on June 3rd. That's going to be our full moon in Sagittarius. So I believe the Sagittarius full moon really does illuminate, you know, our higher truth, things that we would like to learn. It furthers education, it furthers travel and movement. So dear Spirit, let's see what we have for Cancer for the June full moon, please. Past, present, and future energies. Yeah, so many people are coming out of some negative cycles. Look at this, immediate past. It's time to release negativity. Cancer, there's that full moon in Scorpio. So I feel like some of you guys might have been going through a dark night of the soul, or you have completely purged and detoxed yourself, maybe physically, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. You have really cleared the decks here. So this is a great way to start your reading out. The last month may not have been the easiest. We did have that full moon in Scorpio last month, so this one came through very, very strong for you. You probably felt it more than some of the other signs did. I would guarantee it with that card, you know, popping up. But you have definitely done a lot to just really release, to cleanse and clear. Let's clarify this, please. Yeah, and it took a lot of faith, it took a lot of trust, Cancer, but things are growing in a positive direction. And I think that this was a cycle that really started in March this year and has really started to complete now. Yeah, you've really completed a cycle of personal detox and cleansing from a lot of negative patterns, habits, thoughts, emotions, etc. Coming in with the full moon in Sagittarius, we have a fixed moon energy. Fixed moons are, you know, the fixed signs. So the fixed signs are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. And they are typically more stubborn, more set in their ways. And this is just telling you, Cancer, as you go into this full moon, this is a time to really hold positive vision. Whatever it is that you truly believe in, what you know is right for you, don't let that go. Stay true to that course. Don't let anybody, you know, dissuade you from what you know is right for you. So let's get a clarifier here. Yeah, because you are creating something new. I get a little bit of a similar feeling from the Gemini reading. It's a little different, but it's similar because they had a very strong message of, you know, clearing things out, starting from fresh, new beginnings. To me, when we get that, you know, dark moon, that the void, right? This is all about the clean slate, right? That dark moon is the clean slate. And it's like anything new can be brought from that place. So I feel like, you know, Cancer, you're going into a good cycle, you know, where you're starting to really change and create things. And you also have, guess what, in the future, a Taurus moon card. Now, Gemini had the Taurus full moon, but you've got the Taurus new moon. So prosperity lies ahead. This is the time to make plans. Again, you know, tend to the practical details. This is the time to attune yourself to abundance. We just had the Taurus new moon just last week, guys. This is a very abundant period of time for everybody. So it's really important for us to keep our mind focused on that. Even if you're struggling financially or wherever, it's really important to keep attuning our minds to that spirit of abundance, to not get into a place of despair or lack. Let's get into a clarifier here. Yeah, and look at that. New beginnings, new beginnings. You got the dark moon, the void, and the next one out is the new moon beginnings. You've got all these new moon signs here. So Cancer, I just feel like, you know, the last 30 days, this has been a huge detox, a huge purging, a completion of some cycles of letting go of some old negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, circumstances. And I feel like you're really ready to just blow all that away and just say it's time to go towards something new and positive. It's not time to hang on to any of that old baggage, the old emotional junk. You know, you cleaned out your emotional junk drawer. Let's get into some tarot for you guys. And I just want to give a shout out to all my folks in the live chat. I'm glad to see you here. Thanks for being here. I know a lot of people are asleep or probably really tired. I said after Memorial Day, they're probably all in a chicken wing coma or something, or ready to have to go to work. So let's get some tarot for Cancer, please. Yeah, a lot of clarity. Wow, yeah. Woo! You've been through it. You're still processing some stuff, right? And I think, you know, Cancer, for you here in the past, like I said, this is a lot of psychological and emotional release. of toxicity and negativity. So, you know, we've got the Four of Cups coming in here. Definitely this is saying, you know, it's time to let go of something that maybe you've been hoping was going to work out. Instead, focus on the gifts and the blessings that you really do have coming in real time. Let's clarify these. Yeah, and also take a rest, because you have been through quite a bit. And I feel like you've been, like, again, letting go of things from the past, negativity, things that just didn't work out, things that let you down or were disappointing. You've let a lot of this go. And this is a lot of processing. So you might find yourself feeling really tired. And it's funny how that is, you know, when you've been doing a lot of spiritual or emotional work, you may not feel like, well, why am I so tired? I haven't been, like, you know, like running around, but it doesn't matter. You know, that kind of stuff really gives your insides a workout. So, Four of Swords, take a rest, take a break. Full moon is coming here, Cancer. Things are going to naturally shift, but do your best to get some good quality rest. Coming into, again, present energy of the full moon, we have the King of Swords. This is ultimate clarity, having a strategy, forming a strategic plan. The King of Swords is the master planner. It's Aquarius energy, so in a lot of ways it's not very emotional. It's more practical. It's more logical. It can be a little bit harsh, but this to me is also kind of saying it's time to cut out anything that's been hurting you or not serving you. It's time to see things with more practical clarity. And yeah, we've got Five of Cups coming into this reading twice here at the end. So I know, again, this is so much to do with releasing old disappointments, old losses. It is very tough for Cancer to cut those losses because Cancer holds things emotionally. They're a very nostalgic, sentimental sign. So when things are tough for them or things really hit their heart, it can be so tough to release it. And this is just saying, Cancer, I know you've been hurting. I know this has been tough, but it's not all lost, right? There are still good things in your life. There are still good things that are coming into your life, but you got to release this old stuff. And it could be very old in some cases, right? It could be something that's just been kind of hanging on, but you can't take it with you through this new gate. Look at this, see, Five of Cups coming up again in this future. So it's really, it's one of those things that, you know, going through these new gates of new beginnings and abundance, yeah, you gotta leave those old cups behind, right? They didn't work out, and it's just the way it is. It's, you know, you've grieved enough over it. You've grieved and cried and felt sad enough over it. It's time to let them go. Yeah, this has not been easy. You got Nine of Swords coming up, and it was on the bottom of this deck as well. So it's just, you know, there's been just a lot of heartbreak. You've had to do a lot of self-comforting. You know, they have that comforter laying there on the bed trying to self-soothe and all that. There's been a huge amount of work getting through some sad times or some sad losses. Seven of Pentacles says don't give up, though. You know, one step at a time. And you've got a ton of very positive cards coming through here. You know, and on the bottom of the second deck, we do have the Eight of Wands. So I do feel like there is going to be a lot of rapid change. But yeah, you have been digging through it. And I feel like the fact that a lot of these cards are doubling up in your reading here, Cancer, says, you know, this is the time to really focus on this. Like, don't just, you know, cover it up or dust it under the rug. You have to really look at this stuff and truly meaningfully heal from this. If you need to, you know, see a good counselor or talk to a good friend, somebody that can really help you, you know, sort it out, make sense of it, and, you know, help you to further release it, even better, right? You know, but this is something that's like you can't just halfway heal from it. You have to really get to the root of it, and that's a worthy venture for you right now. Let's get an affirmation on this. Powerful read here for Cancer. There you go. First quarter moon in Gemini, and we are in Gemini season. So speak your world into being. Gemini energy is all about communications. It's all about speaking what you want, making decisions, choosing between two pathways. So yeah, it's really a strong time to speak your world out into being. Oh, Colin, I am so sorry to hear that. I saw that your cat, you know, and that can be a big thing. Boy, do I know what it's like to lose a pet. That's very tough because there's so many associated memories, right? I think the only thing that keeps me from being super sad about losing pets is when, you know, it's not like you're really losing them. You know, their spirit's still very much with you, and, you know, you have all these good memories. You have all these good times, and you know you gave them a good life, you know, and that's the best anyone can do for our animal friends. So yeah, that definitely speaks to you though, because there is a lot of grief here in this particular reading, but there's also a lot of healing as well. So it's a good thing. All right. I hope it goes well. I really hope it goes well. I'm sorry that's happening. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know how that feels. My first two bunnies that have passed away, I wasn't there at the moment that they actually passed, and it's kind of a bummer, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah, my little Petey, he lived for 16 years, and he went to sleep. He just went to sleep eventually, and you know, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming, but you know, I miss holding him. I do. He was such a sweetheart, and yeah, it's gonna be okay. Oh, yeah. All right, hon. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Barb. Oh, so cool to see you guys. It's been a minute. I haven't done a live in a long time. I've been doing my audiobook reading. I will be starting back on that. I've got the two first chapters up of Astrology for the Soul, and I will be doing another one soon. So, um, yeah, it's. I've been taking care of my health a lot. That's been the big priority. So, overall, I am starting to feel better, and yeah, it's been a lot. I've had to rest a lot, and you know, we're doing tests and things to figure some stuff out, and you know, it's gonna get better. It's already getting better. So slow but steady wins the race, right? With Capricorns. All right, my Leos. Let's see what's going on with you, my Lions. Oh, this is your full moon reading. This is for June 3rd, 2023. And Leo, this is going to be the full moon in Sagittarius, a nice fire sign that I think is going to resonate with you guys really nicely. So let's see what we've got, Spirit, for our Lions. We're going to do a past, present, future layout. If you've seen my full moon readings before, you know what to expect. I use a couple of lunar oracle decks as well as the tarot to get your past, present, and future messages around these full moon cycles. So like full moon to full moon, month to month is what we're looking at here. Alrighty, let's start out for Leo. June's full moon, 2023. Nice. Woo! Good cards, Leo. Have faith in your dreams. That's your immediate past. The last 30 days, you've really been building your confidence up about something. With a waxing crescent moon, I always feel like this is a building energy whenever that comes in. So I feel like slow but steady, you've kind of been getting your courage up about something, getting your confidence built up about something. Maybe you've been pumping yourself up a little bit like, yeah, I can do this before you go out and do it. You've also been establishing healthy boundaries. Love to see that. Oh my goodness. So Leo, yes, I think this is very positive where you're coming from. You are building up your courage and confidence around something, and at the same time, you're not letting toxic people affect that building confidence. And that might also be why your confidence is building, because you're not listening to the crappy people anymore. That is a good thing. In the immediate present, this is when the full moon comes in properly. You will be experiencing a new burst. Cardinal moon energy, leadership energy. Be bold and make the first move. So Leo, this has to do with like, is there someone you want to ask out on a date? Is there a job interview you really want to go on? Is there a trip you want to plan? Is there something, you know, that you're like, you know what, I've been waiting. I'm tired of waiting. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to go make the first move. What's the worst they can say is no, but I'm going to go out there and do it. So I think that's a very, very nice energy. And I think, you know, Sagittarius, it's fiery, it gets us going, it gets us moving, it's Jupiter ruled, so it's big, it's bold, it's not going to back down. And, you know, I feel like Leo, even if you don't get what you want from that first offer of what you go for, don't stop doing that. Keep doing it, because that kind of energy will get you a yes at some point. You're going to be really happy it did. Look at this. Every sign so far, and you're the third one, but every one of them so far has had this new beginnings card. This is great. I just feel like this full moon is bringing in a lot of new beginnings, a lot of old decks being cleared, a lot of old baggage being turned loose of. We're getting ready to kind of step into a new portal. That's what it really feels like. So Leo, in the immediate future, after this full moon wanes, the next 30 days out till we get to the next full moon in July is the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful changes, and we have had some powerful eclipses. So Leo, get ready. Get ready for some powerful changes and some dynamic transformations in your life. To me, this again, letting go of old baggage to bring in new positive, happy habits, new attitudes, new cycles, new routines that are just so much better for you. And you are protected. Oh my goodness, yes. Because sometimes when we have these big changes, they can feel really scary. They can feel really like, hee. But don't be scared, Leo. You are protected by spirit. You are safe. So no matter how big or dramatic or bold these changes may seem, no matter how much they might feel like, oh my gosh, this is for your own good. Like, this is for your good. You're not gonna be hurt by this. You know, even if it feels a little scary, even if it makes you feel a little nervous, right? Don't judge it till the whole thing plays out, because Spirit's got your back here on this stuff. Let's get some tarot. We're going to lay these out the same way, past, present, future, to deepen your messages. Wow. Nice stuff. Woo! Leo, you on fire. All right, so immediate past, we got the Lovers. You have had to make some decisions. Yes, yes. Sometimes it's about love. Sometimes it's about partnership. Sometimes it is about, you know, work. Sometimes it is, you know, because Lovers is Gemini energy. We are in Gemini time. So this can really mean having those conversations, those heart-to-hearts, to work things out. And, you know, I think you have been working a lot out, Leo. I think you have, and I think you've been setting more boundaries in your personal relationships than ever this past month. Yeah. Equal give and take. This is what's setting your boundaries, Leo. You are not accepting anything that's less than what you offer in return, because that to me is the Six of Pentacles. This is the equal give and take. It's reciprocity. This is somebody that's generous, and you are. Let's say Leo is one of the most generous of the zodiac signs. You do give a lot, but sometimes you don't get anything back. And it's not that everything in life is, you know, I'll give you something if I get something. But when there's not reciprocal, even energy of exchange, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't fill our soul. And I know that that is what you are starting to become aware of. Right in the center, present energy with the new beginnings. And the cardinal energy, Six of Cups, right? Some of you might be making a move to reclaim some sense of something you loved long ago, right? Because the Six of Cups gets into a sense of nostalgia. It can be the happy home and family memories. It can be an old flame, an old love. It can be something that you used to do or used to enjoy that you haven't done in a while. And so part of these new beginnings may be embracing elements of something that you used to really love, and you want to incorporate it back into your life in a positive way. Queen of Swords, yeah, but you're not willing to do it in any way that's negative at all. This is Libra energy. I feel like there's a lot of balancing here for you, Leo. You're really not willing to be taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. This is, you know, if this is somebody wanting to come back into your life, you've got rules. You've got rules. They have to play by the rules. They cannot, if they treated you poorly or not so great the last time, they're not going to get another chance past this, even if you do give it to them, right? And if anybody's messing around in your life, you'll kick them out, because the Queen of Swords, she is a tough customer. She doesn't put up with any funny business. Going into the immediate future, though, next 30 days, look at that Page of Pentacles. So, Leo, I think some big, big motions around maybe starting a new business, going back to school, taking a class, putting a little time investment into something is very favored. And it may not be a lot of time investment at first, but it will grow, right? Whatever it is, it will grow for you, Leo. And the moon, yes. Let it turn naturally with the tides, because we do have that moon energy, Pisces energy. I kind of get the feeling that this is kind of saying follow your dreams, right? Because this is a dreamy energy. It's a little bit subtle. It's a little bit, hidden. And that's why sometimes the moon has that deceptive, message in it. Some readers will pull on that, that it can be a little deceptive. That's why it's important to wait through the cycles, right? So that you can see all aspects, because the moon doesn't show you all aspects at first, right? You need to see all the angles. So, give it a couple of weeks, give it a month. This is a month's time, so it's perfect. You've just got really great energy coming through here, Leo. I love this reading. Let's get into an affirmation for you guys. Oh, look at that. Yes. Full moon in Cancer. And that's, whenever we do a full moon reading, I always think about Cancer energy. And this is saying, let your fears dissolve, Leo. Like I said, some of these big changes, some of these big revelations and movements, they might make you feel a little scared, a little nervous, but don't let it. Don't let it. This is something that's for your best. It's going to reveal itself over time. Don't get distracted. Don't get deceived that this is negative, because I think it's very positive. So let the fears around this dissolve. Don't let the fear call the shots, right? Don't be like, oh no, things are changing, that must mean something bad. No, no, no. It actually means something good. A lot of things are shifting. We've had a lot of planetary change-ups since we all last got together here for a live session. So yeah, we're in a very different pattern. We're in some very different energy, and it does feel, to me, a lot better. For me personally, it feels better. We're still wading through some things, but it's not nearly as heavy as it was, in my opinion. All right, so let's get into our next read. And good to see you, Cherry, in the chat. It's great to see you too. Always glad to have my chat folks. And Virgo, it is your time to shine. Oh, Virgo. You Virgo's getting pinched a little bit, though, because Gemini energy, Sagittarius energy is a square to you, Virgo. So I would say, those squares can be challenging, but they can also be highly motivating. So even though you might be feeling, some challenges on different sides, this is also something that lights a little fire in your corner and kind of gets you going. It makes you more dynamic. It makes you get up and take action more than usual. So it's not all difficult. It's not. It's actually quite positive. And you've got some really nice trines setting up right now from Jupiter and Mercury in the sign of Taurus. So that's very supportive to you right now. So we're going to do your past, present, future full moon reading. That full moon will be with us on June 3rd, 2023 in the sign of Sagittarius. Let's see, please, Spirit, what we've got for our lovely Virgos out there. Wow. Ooh. Everybody's getting such good reads tonight. It makes me happy. It just, it fits in so well. All right. So Virgo, immediate past, balanced spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Pisces is your opposite sign. So there's a lot that you have in common with Pisces. Pisces and Virgo for me are the most two sensitive signs of the zodiac, hands down. They feel everything. They both do on different levels. And so I would say that over the last 30 days, Virgo, I think you've been incorporating your intuition a lot more into your life. Virgos don't always do that because they're very earthy, they're very practical, they work with the tangibles. They don't always like to trust their intuition, even though they do have it. But I think that y'all have been really paying attention to that and incorporating your spirituality into your practical mind and life. So you're acting from both sides, and that is a very wise thing to do. So let's get into a clarifier for this. Yeah, and I mean, to me, this is just listening to yourself. You know, this long night's moon, it has this feeling of solitude, kind of a feeling of serenity. For some of you, it could have felt like a little dark night of the soul where you've really come to face yourself very clearly. But to me, what I feel with this combination is that over this last month, Virgo, you've been listening to yourself like you've never listened to yourself before almost. Got the little bunny sitting here with his ears up, right? And there's nothing around him. It's a quiet, still, cool night, and he's really able to hear everything all around him. And I just feel like that's you, Virgo. That's been you this past month, is you've been hearing everything all around you. You've been able to just feel and hear your inner voice with great clarity. Very, very nice. Let's get into the present energy coming through for the full moon for you. It says North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Wow. And, you know, I've been going through this book, reading this book on my channel for you guys, the Astrology of the Soul. It's all about the North and South Node. And yes, the North Node is the cup that has not been filled yet, right? And so this is kind of stepping us out of those old karmic patterns, and that's very much where you're going. If something seems like I would say if you have a choice between trying the old thing and the new thing, Virgo, you probably want to try the new thing, or try the old thing with a new approach to it. There's got to be something that isn't quite the way you've always done it, right? It's taking a new approach to something that you've either done before or something that you've never done before. So let's clarify this one as well for you. I also get a feeling with this that this could be somebody or something coming in and kind of showing you a new way of seeing things, and you might be very like, you might not be too open to it at first, but if you stay open to it, it will give you a whole new way of approaching something, and it might be really successful. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, the answers are getting closer to the surface. You got attraction, supermoon. Supermoons, you know, really bring our emotions and our feelings closer to the surface. So I just feel like something is getting closer to either you understanding it, something is, you know, rising to out of you that you cannot control almost. It's almost like, you know, some kind of higher aspect of yourself is coming out in this process. And it might feel a little bit overwhelming emotionally, spiritually, for sure. It might feel like, oh my God, like you just feel like you haven't felt before in a while. Going into the immediate future over the next 30 days, as we build up to the next full moon in Capricorn, we have the waning moon. What do you need to release? And right after that full moon does come the waning moon. So you might feel a real powerful shift after this full moon on June the 3rd. You really might, because after it, you know, the full moon completes and it starts to wane, you might really notice like something is being released, something is being turned loose. You know, so that's something you could start doing right now, you know, is either writing it down or thinking, you know, what is it that I'd really like to release on and around this full moon as I go forward. Sometimes setting that intention can make it even more powerful, more specific. Ooh, and you might need to accept help a little bit more, Virgo. You know, all the earth signs can be very like self-sufficient. They don't really like to accept help from other people. But look at that. The acceptance card is coming in, Virgo. So that may be something you got to let go of, is your need to go it alone. You might really have to, you know, reach out and join forces with other people or allow them to help you. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a shift for sure. Let's get into some tarot next for you guys and deepen these messages for you. Yeah, you've been through some stuff, and I think you are processing some things, but the cycles are really coming to an end here. I feel that for everybody so far. It's like everybody's got these cycles that are concluding, and it's happening a little different for each one, but it's happening indeed. Yeah, brand new energy, brand new life, and I do feel like that's what it's sparking off in this immediate past. We have the Empress and the Page of Wands. So, you know, Virgo, from that past energy, like I said, you've been hearing your own inner voice with great clearness. And I think with this Empress, the Page of Wands, this is like happy new life, new birth, new growth. I mean, you know, for some of you, not many, but for some of you, this could mean like a child being born, a new pet being brought into the house, because, you know, I see the mom, the Empress, and I see the kid, the Page of Wands, you know, I put it together, I think. But for more of you, this is really like a new project, a new idea, a new creative adventure happening, and more joy in your life too, because the Page of Wands usually does mean you're a little happier, like you're just having more fun. Here in the center, we got dun dun dun, the Three of Swords. So I do feel, like I said, you are pulling those swords out of your heart, you know, and that might be part of this new path for you, is coming at it from a place where you don't feel brokenhearted anymore, especially if that's something that you felt in the past. Yeah, you're growing beyond it, you know. It's slow and steady wins the race, but you are healing. You absolutely are healing. And, you know, some of you may have been going, you know, I've been really trying to heal this, but I feel like it's taking longer than I wanted it to. But, you know, it is growing, it is moving. So it's like, you know, eventually it's just, you won't even feel this pain anymore, because, you know, the garden is growing. But it is a process, and you might hit little bumps along the way, but it doesn't mean you should give up. So really nice. Going into the future, we've got the Seven of Cups. So lots of choices here. Lots of choices, Virgo. You may have to make some decisions. You don't have to. You know, nobody's making you, but you do have a lot of options here. You know, this is Seven of Cups to me is kind of like almost being overwhelmed with the variety of choices that you have. Oh my, for some of you, it might be a lot of choices in a partner or a love relationship. Two of Cups. So for my single Virgos out there, you might be kind of going, wow, suddenly there's like all these people and I don't know who to choose between. So, you know, get to know them. That's what I would say in a situation like that. This is Cancer energy. This is very Pisces. Could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer could be coming in for you. But to me, this is definitely, you know, some options in love. And also, you know, choices of where you want to take the relationship if you're already in one. Wow, there's a lot of completions happening here, Virgo. Huge. Look at the bottom of these decks. We've got the Ten of Wands and the World. This to me is, you know, end of burdensome cycles. You've passed some kind of a test here. This is, you know, the World is the last card in the major arcana. So it's things coming full circle. End of tough cycles. You know, that's how this really feels to me. So again, very positive motion. Let's get a affirmation for Virgo, please. Woo, 2 wanted to come out. 3 wanted to come out. Okay, we're going to give them all to you, Virgo. We're just going to give them all to you because they just all flew out. So here we've got new moon in Taurus. Know your worth. And we just had that new moon in Taurus. New moon in Cancer, relax. Yes, always important for Virgos is relaxation. And we have the first quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. All good messages for you. Yeah. And it's hard, you know, keeping that heart open when you've been through a lot of pain. And I get that feeling. Like there's been a lot of that in the past to clear out. You're still working through it, but you are working through it. That's the best part. So don't quit. Don't quit working through it. All right. Getting ready for our Libras. Always love my Libras. Yes, yes, yes. I hear you, Gwen. You know, when those old fears start coming up, it can be really challenging. It makes us confront our own behavior, our own psychology, our own patterns, you know. Branch out of those and grow. All right, Libras. Happy full moon. This is going to be your full moon reading for June 2023. That full moon is on June the 3rd at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is going to be your messages for the past, present, and future around those full moon energies. Full moon sign will be in Sagittarius, the opposite of our sun sign, which is in Gemini right now. This is a very positive full moon for you personally because both of those vibrate well to your sign. So I think this is going to be a good one. Let's see what we have got for you. Dear Spirit, let's see what we've got for our fabulous Libras for this full moon of June. Past, present, future, what can you show us about Libra, please? Yeah, everyone's having so many good cards come out. All right, so Libra, immediate past, where you've come from the last 30 days, do not let your past hold you back. South Node energy. So you may be, be growing past a lot of karma, growing past a lot of old cycles, a lot of old ways of doing things that have not gotten you where you want to be, especially if you've kind of noticed, I keep doing the same thing and I keep getting a crappy result. That's kind of making you go, yeah, it's time to change that up so that I get a better result. And the only way that's going to happen is by shifting my approach, shifting the way I'm doing things. Yes, focused on bringing your plans to fruition. We got the fruition card, the harvest moon card. I would also say, that with this card, you may really have, even more start to, unfold for you between the months of September and October, because those are our harvest moon dates. That is something that may really come into culmination, or this is something that started back in September, October, and it's really hitting you now, right? But this last month, you've really been focusing on what's holding you back, how you can grow past it, how you can move forward. Right in the center, present energy, when that full moon arrives on June 3rd, is the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. So Libra, don't give up. I know that this has been a rough cycle that we have gone through for all our cardinal signs. That would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They have really gone through quite the gauntlet this last, especially 14 years, honestly, with Pluto's transit of Capricorn, and that has finally started to come to a close. It will be completely at a close next year, but we are, getting to the end of that. So, just keep pushing. Don't give up, because we are close. We are very close. Let's get into a clarifier for this one, please. Yeah, sovereignty. And I do believe you're stepping into your power through this process. Hasn't been the easiest process, but you are arriving in a better place than what you started out in. So as the Sagittarius full moon arrives, this is a time to focus on what makes you feel strong, what makes you feel powerful, what's advancing you closer to your goals and dreams that you really, really want to see tangibly happen. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days, we love to see this card, full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and our next full moon is the Capricorn moon. So I would say in the next 30 days, that full moon in Capricorn is also going to be a very, very powerful time for you as well, because it feels like, this could be a bit of a challenging month in some ways. I don't think it's all bad, but I do think this feels like you're so close. This almost feels like the 10 of Wands in the tarot to me. It's kind of like, you're almost there. One more trip up that hill with that bundle of sticks. You can put that burden down and you're done. This is what this feels like to me. It feels like you're really at the end of the cycle. So don't give up. You're almost there, Libra. You're almost at that conclusion and this beginning of a new cycle. And you're gonna feel, oh, you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna be so grateful that it's done. I think you're actually gonna have that moment where you're like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank goodness. I can't wait. This is done. Finally, I worked so hard on it. I thought I'd never, ever get it done or never get here. And you're just gonna feel so much better. That's how it feels after this full moon coming up in the next month in Capricorn. You're just gonna be like, oh goodness. You're just gonna feel so much lighter. Hey there, Bella. Good to see you in the chat, hun. All right, Libra, let's get some tarot on your read. Same layout, past, present, future. We're just gonna deepen these messages up for you. Yeah, I think emotionally you're getting wiser too here. In this immediate past, I do feel like the last 30 days you really have let go of anything that's been disappointing. Anything that maybe you've really hoped would work out but just didn't. Things that you really thought might have been something good for you but weren't, right? And I think you're really putting things back into perspective here. Says, you know, to me it's a kind of, oh, there is a Ten of Wands. I knew this energy was in there. I knew it. Like this right there. You're getting, it's the last journey. It's the last journey of something really challenging till you can just put that burden down. And I do. This is an energy of having cut your losses and put things away that have not been working for you. And it's just, you know, it sucks to have to do that sometimes, but it ends up being much better for us in the future, of course. We're just going to feel a lot lighter. And look at this, you know, the Wheel of Fortune coming up in the present energy when that Sagittarius full moon comes in. Again, this is opening up a lot of doors. This is, you know, breaking you past a lot of old barriers. Don't be afraid to dream big here, Libra. You know, don't be afraid to think a little bigger than even maybe you feel like you can deliver or that you might get. It's not wrong to dream a little big here. To me, the Wheel of Fortune also means coming out of stagnation, you know. If things have felt stuck for a long time. Oh yeah, there might have been little tussles, skirmishes, little arguments, confrontations, things that have just frustrated and aggravated you. And I think that kind of thing is moving. It's moving forward. You're coming out of it. And even if it's still around you, like say if you're in a home environment, work environment where there's just these little nitpicks, you know, going on around you, even if it's still there, I think you just kind of, you've risen above it. You've moved beyond it. It's not even part of your energy focus anymore. So going into the future on top of that end of the tough cycle, the gratitude, we've got the King of Cups, and to me that's really emotional balance and stability. Really taking ownership of your emotional state. In spite of anything or anyone that's going on around you, it's like you're going to be just fine. You're just feeling a lot more in touch with your own self. And you're gravitating to people that are as well. And there you are, little Queen of Swords. Yeah. You know, that's my Libra queen. So I feel like either you're aligning with people or with someone, you know, that is very emotionally stable and strong. And you know, you're just feeling better about yourself, more stable. And I think that anybody that doesn't bring you positivity in your life, you're going to cut them out, because that is definitely what the Queen of Swords does. She does not put up with time wasters or toxic people. So let's get into an affirmation, please, for Libra. Yes, I would say that's probably the best idea for you here, Libra, is relax on and around this full moon. You know, this is a new moon energy coming in, new moon in Cancer, so I really think this is a time to, you know, take it down a notch. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Anything that's really, you know, sapping your energy, just let it go. Don't let yourself worry about it, because right now you do need to conserve your energy, because you're in that last push to get something big attained or overcome. You're moving past some some old difficult cycle. And you are getting through it, but you do need to focus on it so that you can really see it through to the end and get it completed. All right. Hi there, Holly. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. All right, so we are on to Scorpio next. And these aren't just for sun sign. If you have a Scorpio moon, Venus, rising, etc., you may also feel, very tapped into these readings. Take them as they resonate to you. I know, like when I'm watching readers, I'll watch my Venus sign, rising, etc., and it gives you a whole picture of where you're at. So thanks for being here. So Scorpio, this is going to be your full moon reading for June 2023. That full moon will be in Sagittarius on June the 3rd. And this is going to be all about what you may be experiencing, feeling, and what's coming in for you. So let's get into it. All right, Spirit, let's see what we have for our beautiful Scorpios. Anything that they need to know, feel, see, or hear around this full moon time for them. Good deal. Yeah. Now, Scorpio, I know you guys came through very powerful. We had a very strong, powerful Scorpio full moon last month. A lot of people really felt it. It's very, very, very strong. Oh my goodness. So the past 30 days, we have got full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. So this is about embracing healthy self-confidence, not arrogance, not pride. You might have even had a Leo kind of challenge you or frustrate you over the last 30 days. That's not going to be for all of you, but this is just saying, don't let that get in the way of you enjoying your life or having a good time. If you start to feel defensive, or if you've started to feel kind of insulted by someone or something, that would be a big sign that the pride is, the ego is coming up to the surface. So let's get a clarifier around this. Fruition, yes. Oh no. So it really is hitting home for you there, Holly. Oh my goodness. So the fruition card coming through the harvest moon energy. So I do feel like this was a cycle that came to completion, came to fruition, and it really was for the best no matter how this played out, whether you let go of something or a situation that brought out the worst in yourself or in someone else or both. Like, this was a good thing to let go of, and it's actually going to take you to a better place. And you may feel even more of the effects of that once we get into September, October, because those are our harvest moon cycles that we have. Going into the immediate future, I love that this is coming in for you, Scorpio, because it is going to be the full moon in Sagittarius, and for that you have the new moon in Sagittarius card. Luck is on your side. So to me, this just brings in a much more positive cycle. Sagittarius rules your universal second house of Taurus. So for some of my Scorpios, this could really mean maybe an influx of money, abundance, a better job, a better situation, something new opening up for them. So I don't not like that card. I really love it. So, if you've gone through some setbacks, some heartbreaks, some disappointments, I feel like, that cycle is going to change. It's going to turn around. Look at that. You are one of the many. Almost every sign has had this new moon beginning card. So yeah, fresh new beginnings with the Sagittarius full moon coming in for you, Scorpio. I think that some old doors have definitely been shut and you're ready to step through because you've got two new moon cards for the full moon energy. Yeah, so fresh new beginnings. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days, building up to the Capricorn full moon, we have the full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. This is not the time to pretend to be something you're not. This is not the time to, people please or say things that, only because you want to make somebody else happy. This is the time to be your real, true, authentic self and not be afraid to be so. Yeah, and exercising your willpower, oh my goodness. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. If you feel like there's something that's difficult to do, this is really just saying to put your will and your focus into it, you know, not to backpedal on it. You know, this is to me coming through very strong, like you're coming through very strong. So don't, you know, Scorpio, you're intense. Like you do it all the way or you don't do it at all. So this is saying do it all the way. There is really not much halfway for Scorpio anyway, I know that. Let's get some tarot on this read. Let's deepen these messages up for you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely new beginnings. You know, you might feel like in the immediate past you might have felt like you were kind of foolish or kind of innocent or naive. We've got the Fool card. Maybe you feel like you were in situations where you know, maybe you should have looked a little bit more before you leapt. But to me, this was something you needed to do. We all need to take that leap of faith sometimes in life, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Ultimately, I think it does work out in your favor, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Because with that energy, you know, we learn about our intuition. We learn what to trust. We learn what not to trust, you know, but we can't do that unless we make some mistakes, unless we fall a little bit. Yeah, Hanged Man. So, I mean, this has really been a kind of trial by fire. You know, this has been a little challenging for sure, because to me, the Hangman gets us to release something, gets us to look at things from a different perspective. You know, it brings us spiritual enlightenment, but it does put us through, you know, a bit of trial and challenge to get us there. And ultimately, it's to release something that wasn't good for us in the beginning, right? So, the new beginnings, guys. A big part of this is letting go of fear of lack, letting go of a fear of scarcity, you know. And to me, this is a card that is really just about the fear of scarcity. It's not about the actuality, right? So, you know, if you're afraid of not having enough money, if you're afraid of being alone, if you're afraid of, you know, whatever it is, it's time to change your perspective. It's time to take a different approach. Don't stay stuck in that same energy forever. Instead of, you know, staying outside in the cold, walk around the other side of the building, go in the door, get warm. You know, there's no reason to stay out there unless you just really want to. And the Eight of Pentacles. So sometimes, you know, this just means putting your mind to it yet again. You know, this is like, it's just time to get, you know, working on something that you really love, because the Eight of Pentacles is doing quality work that you really enjoy, and being known for it, right? It's like Eight of Pentacles, they're really known for being good at the kind of work that they do, because it's very, very high quality. And I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Hold on. I took my allergy medicine before this, but I didn't avoid the sneeze. All right, going into the immediate future here, Scorpio, 30 days out or so till the next full moon, we do have the Two of Wands. Again, to me, great card of new beginnings. You're really kind of taking out that globe and assessing where you'd like to go next. Sometimes it's on your own, sometimes it's a joint adventure, but it is a definite new beginning. It's a new gateway opening up for you. And Six of Cups, so really pretty. I think that for some of you, Scorpios, you might be going and taking like a trip home or visiting somewhere that you haven't been in a long time, that you have a lot of good memories around. That could be something that a lot of you may be doing, because the Six of Cups to me is Cancer energy. It's those happy home memories. It's, you know, positive memories of the past. So there could be something that you're kind of revisiting that just makes you feel good or kind of reconnects you with who you really are. So if that opportunity comes up, I would go for it. For those of you that have children, you might be traveling with them, because this is definitely, you know, there's that family connotation in this card. So let's get an affirmation on this for Scorpio, please. Yes. Oh, I love it. Last quarter moon in Leo, the message is to lighten up, lighten the energy. I know Scorpio, I'm a Capricorn. I know we can get deep and dark and intense and melancholy. And this is really saying, remember to let the sun shine in. You know, it's don't get too heavy. Don't let things, you know, just to get weighing too heavy on your shoulders. You don't have to shoulder the whole weight of the world, even if you think you do. You know, that's a big thing to remember. And I'm definitely the kind of person that, you know, hates it when somebody tells me to lighten up. So if you don't like it, it's okay. I totally understand. But, you know, there is a thing to it. There is a thing to it sometimes. It's okay to be serious. It's okay to be intense. But it's totally a thing where sometimes we really have to be reminded to not get too heavy, not to feel like we're to blame for everything or we're, you know, all of it's on us. Alrighty, next up. Sagittarius, happy full moon, Sagittarius. This is your special full moon reading. This is going to be for June 3rd, 2023 is the full moon in your sign. So very exciting. I hope this is a great one for you, Saggies. Very nice. Let's get into it. This is a past, present, future reading. If you've seen my full moon reads, you know what to expect. But what we do is we use a couple of lunar oracle decks and the tarot to get your messages from full moon to full moon. So like the last 30 days, the last moon cycle, present energy of the current full moon, and then what the next 30 days out will be looking like for you. So let's see what we have. Dear Spirit, let's see what we have for our beautiful Sagittarians for their special full moon this month. Ooh, I like it. Yes. Pretty stuff. This is one of my favorite cards. Always. So the immediate past, the last 30 days or so, we've got the full moon, believe in the impossible. So I do feel like Sagittarius, there's been things that have been happening, maybe synchronicities and certain events that have been coming into play that have really made you be, you know, be believing that, hey, you know, amazing things can still happen. Miracles can still occur. You know, it's that old saying, once in a blue moon, you know, it's kind of like a rare or special event, and that kind of stuff may be popping up or have already popped up for you. So let's get a little clarity on this. And there's been a lot of release. So yes, I feel like some kind of event, some kind of special, you know, occurrences or synchronicities have really triggered you to release a lot of old baggage, a lot of old toxicity, anything that's been kind of hanging on to you, or maybe even people that have been hanging on to you, right? It's a really beautiful feeling. We got those butterflies of transformation here in this card. And so, you know, this has been a real constant message in different ways for all of our signs tonight, that there has been this major release. Last month, you know, we had the full moon in Scorpio. It's a very powerful full moon, so it really does make us dive deep, like deep psychologically, and release a lot of old heaviness. So I definitely get that feeling for you, Sagittarius. But I feel like there's been something very positive in your case that has kind of triggered this event. It's kind of like, oh wow, all these good things are happening, or all these kind of magical, you know, seeming coincidences are going on. So it's like, boom, it's so easy to let this go. In the center, what's coming in as the full moon arrives in your sign, we have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So I feel like with this energy, you're going closer and closer towards your true destiny, your true fate, your true life purpose. Check out my latest videos. We're going chapter by chapter through Astrology for the Soul, which is all about the North and South nodes. So whatever that is in your chart will show you where you've come from, your old karma, your old past lives, and the North Node will show you where you're heading. So I do feel, Sagittarius, that this full moon is giving you a special insight into where you're headed, where your true destiny lies. And if you have felt off track with that, it's getting you back on. So don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to step out of the old way of doing things. Even if you're doing something similar, do it a new way, right? And if you have a choice between the old way and the new way, I'd probably pick the new way with this card coming through. And I would also say don't be afraid to accept help. Sometimes from unlikely places. You know, Sagittarius, you can be a bit of a loner sign, right? You can be the kind of sign that likes to do things on your own, so you don't always immediately ask for or look for help, but this might be the time to look for it. You know, like I said, doing things differently or doing things in a new way. If you've traditionally done everything by yourself, this may be the time to join forces with somebody else. Going into the immediate future, next 30 days, as we build up to the next full moon in Capricorn, is full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't let yourself get defensive with people. Don't let the ego come out, you know, to play. And also, you know, if you're dealing with somebody who's very egotistical, you may just choose to walk away from that, right? It's just kind of like, especially if you've got a Leo or another fire sign in your life, sometimes that battle of wills can come up for sure. I know how that goes. And focus, yes. Don't focus on drama. Leo can get into some drama, okay? So Sagittarius, as this next 30 days unfolds, don't get yourself into any drama or any silly distractions. Focus on your personal transformation and growth. Focus on your purpose. Focus on what it is that you are doing, what you would like to bring to fruition here. Let's get some tarot on this reading. We're just going to deepen these messages for you. Same layout, past, present, and future. Yeah, you're leaving behind something that's icky or just not working for you. In the immediate past, we've got the Page of Cups. So definitely there's a sense of not only release, but forgiveness. In some cases, this might be patching something up or moving forwards from something. And in some cases, it's releasing something entirely, right? But I do feel like there's a sense of positive closure because the Page of Cups almost always means there's, you know, an emotional heart to heart. There's some kind of forgiveness, some kind of, you know, acceptance, closure, coming to terms with something. And the King of Wands. So it definitely re-energizes you. It really does, Saggy. King of Wands is big time Aries energy. It's fiery, it's directed, it's leadership, you know, it's going forward. So I do feel like you're coming out of something that might feel a lot more emotional and squishy and a little bit more, you know, a little bit more in your feelings, but you're emerging out of that. That fire is coming out and you're finding your feet, finding your direction again. I do think you're going to be making some decisions. Like I said, if you're choosing between the new and the old, I would choose the new. If you're, or just doing old things in a new way, because we've got this Two of Swords, Libra energy, definitely choosing between two different paths. And clarified by Three of Pentacles. So you might also be making some choices about who you want to work with, because we definitely see acceptance coming in, acceptance of help, offers of help. Three of Pentacles is definitely working as a team on something. So you may be making some choices about like fellow co-workers or people that you want to join forces with. But at the same time, I really do feel like anybody that might be distracting or bringing a lot of drama into your life, you're letting go of that with the Eight of Cups. You're definitely moving past something and continuing your journey. Ooh, got these cards flipping, guys. Yeah, and it's something, oh man, if this is ringing true for you, Sagittarius, if this is your personal message here, this is somebody you've been through it around and around and around and around again. Doesn't have to be a Leo, but it could just be somebody that brings a lot of drama, a lot of ego into things, and you're just sick of it. You've had it with them. It's like, look, I've been hit by you enough. I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm walking away from something that just keeps frustrating me and getting me hurt, making me feel kind of betrayed, kind of backstabbed. Wow. Yeah. And you know when Sagittarius wants to get away from somebody, they can do so with great alacrity. They can really move. They can take them horse legs and just charge on out of there. So, you know, when you're done, you're done. They won't find you. You'll be in the next state, 3 states over by the time they realize it. Let's get an affirmation for Sagittarius here, please. Yes, look at that. Full moon energy of Taurus, time to detoxify. Very, very nice. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is actually in the sign of Taurus right now, Sagittarius. One of my favorite places for Jupiter. I was born with Jupiter in Taurus, so I really do enjoy it, but it's a great, abundant, earthy, grounding feeling. I would say that just brings you extra luck in the material world over this next year and a half. So enjoy that, Sagittarius, but definitely time to detox, let go of negativity, let go of anything or anyone that has not been good in your personal environment. And definitely for some of you, you've got one of them, or you've had one of them around, and it's like, time to go. Time to go, drama boy or girl. All right, guys. We're getting ready for our Capricorns. Oh, Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn. I love my fellow goats. Yes, I do. All right. Yeah. I know. Me too, Shauna. Absolutely. It's such a good grounding place for Jupiter to be. So, so nice. So I'm getting my Jupiter return next year because Jupiter takes 12 years to go one full cycle through all the signs. Yeah. All right. So Capricorn. Capricorn, this is going to be your full moon reading for June 2023. That's going to be our full moon in the sign of Sagittarius on June the 3rd. That happens at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this is going to be all about those past, present, future lunar cycles and how they are impacting you the most, okay? So let's get into it. Always excited to read for my Capricorns. Dear Spirit, what do we have for Capricorn for this full moon in June 2023, please? Let's see what they need to see and hear the most. Wow, yeah, a lot of things coming to the surface here, Capricorn. Last 30 days, very nice to see the energy gaining momentum, waxing moon. So I do feel like things are starting to build up for you, Capricorn. The last 30 days, your energy is increasing. Money might be increasing. Just in general, there's a feeling of being on the up and up instead of on the decline, right? So even if it's a slow beginning, it's definitely a beginning. I will say, as a Capricorn myself, I have certainly felt that, and it's been a while. It's been a while since I have felt like my energy getting better and things like that. So I feel like this is very, very positive for all the goats out there. Yes, and it does have to do with a lot of self-reflection. This has been a real time of looking within, self-examining, deciding what it is that you want to do, what is it you're about, what is your life purpose, what is it that you want to spend your time and energy on. Wow. In the present energy coming through with the full moon in Sagittarius on June the 3rd, we have new moon in Cancer energy. You and your loved ones are safe. So if you've had any concerns, about security, home, even your material possessions, especially around your home. This is just reminding you, Capricorn, everything's okay. Spirit has your back. And, this is a new cycle. You might even be redecorating a little in the home. You might be making a purchase that improves your home in some way, or doing something for your family in general. So let's get a clarifier on that one as well. And because Cancer is the, the opposite sign, of Capricorn, I do feel like this touches on, your more emotional, vulnerable side. It is that softer side of Capricorn, right? So it's really touching on, your heart, your emotions, where you feel the most sensitive. I think this full moon is it's going to kind of open you up a bit, Capricorn. You may not feel quite as hard and crunchy as you usually do around this full moon. And you may feel, like I said, there's a feeling of maybe new abundance coming into your home. You may have a business from home that starts to improve around this full moon and starts to, gain in momentum. This is the Hunter's moon, so this is the September full moon, October full moon especially. This may be something that starts to grow at this time and really starts to gain even more momentum as you get into that part of the year. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days. Yeah, emotions are running high, Capricorn, with the supermoon energy. This attracts a lot of new growth to your life. It also brings a lot of your feelings up to the surface. So it's like if you'd been holding back about saying something, if you had been, holding on to your feelings, or you really had been kind of like careful to not say it, or, you're not going to care anymore. You're going to let anybody around you have it. For some people, it's a good thing, and some they won't like it too much. But I do feel like you're going to be very emotionally truthful with this energy. All right, let's get a clarifier and see a little bit more what this is about. But I get a feeling you're going to be kind of no holds barred when it comes to your feelings about people and things around you. You're not gonna hold back. Yeah, but it's all in balance. It's all in balance. So don't worry. This isn't going to be anything bad. And it's not going to be anything that wasn't coming. And it's really about redress. It's kind of like if you have needed to say something, or if you've been holding back, you need to do it to bring things back into balance. Because if you feel that something's off in your life and you need to say or do something that's going to bring it back into balance, it's all good. It's all good. To me, I love this card. It reminds me of Libra because of the balance. I love that this is an older woman depicted in the card, because Capricorn is all about wisdom, and with age comes wisdom. And so to me, it feels like a very wise person who is really holding things in balance. And Capricorn, that feels very positive. Whatever you say and do, it's like it's all to bring things back into balance, stability, and for you to follow your wisdom, to follow your own guidance. Capricorn is a wise sign. If they tell you off, they've probably been thinking about doing it for quite a while, right? It's not like they don't pop off the handle. It's not a quick flare of aggression like Aries. If Capricorn thinks about it, they've been thinking about it. Capricorn in the tarot is the devil, and I always say Capricorn is the sign that can make the devil cry. They can't handle a Capricorn. They get out of the way. It's like, oh no, here they come. Oh my goodness. Let's get into some tarot for you, Capricorn. Let's see what we've got to deepen these messages. Oh my goodness. These reads are great tonight. Everybody's had a good one. Very, very powerful, very meaningful. They've been really great. Oh yeah, you've been through it. But look at, oh, so good. Oh, so good what's coming out, Capricorn. Yes, look at that. This last 3 days, it has been overcoming a lot of the difficulties, right? But you are still so strong. You may feel like a bit of a wounded warrior, but you are still strong, right, Capricorn? I think that you're ready to just stop fighting, though. Like, you don't want to be defensive. You don't want to deal with it. You're just like, I'm tired of this. I can still fight you, but I'd rather like focus on myself and focus on the good things that I'm doing. So, for that reason, this last month or so, Capricorn could have been, very isolated. Like, you might have been really spending a lot of time just by yourself because you're just like, I don't want to deal with them. I'm just going to focus on me. And that's fine with most Capricorns. We tend to be a little bit lonery anyway. We don't mind just chilling out with ourselves, you know. Let's get a clarifier on the Nine of Wands, please. Yeah, Hierophant, really committed. Like, this is Taurus energy, you know, and the Taurus energy is on our side right now, Capricorn. We've got Taurus, Jupiter, and Mercury right now. So, you know, this, and Uranus, those are all moving through in Taurus, and they're all positive. Capricorn and Virgo are really feeling the benefit of that right now. And this is bringing us a lot of new growth, a lot of new innovation, and it's happening very much from within. Our minds are really active right now. We're thinking about a lot of new ways to do things, and we're getting really committed to our own path here with the Hierophant. This is very solid, very stable. It's a spiritual wisdom coming through. So right in the present energy, we've got the Page of Swords. This can be new ideas, new thoughts. On the more negative side, the Page of Swords can be kind of a little gossip, a little immature person that just, you know, is kind of always stirring up mischief or kind of driving you crazy. So, you know, if you got anyone around you like that, again, you know, I would just ignore them, block them, don't even deal with it. You know, but on the positive side, again, this is really encouraging your mind to look at new ideas, new thoughts, read new information. This is something where if you've got something you'd like to do, I would research it. I would read about it. You know, start learning all that you can about that subject, about what it is that you want to be doing to get even better at it. Yeah, because the new door is opening here, Capricorn, just like it is for a lot of folks. There are a lot of new doors opening, Two of Wands. So you're really, I mean, this is like planning a trip, planning a class, planning a course of study, planning to do something new and fun, whether you're doing it on your own or with someone else. Very, very positive. But look at what's coming out here. I love this. It's the first time it's come out tonight, too, is the Ten of Cups. So I do feel, you know, you being very open and very honest about your emotions and your feelings, Capricorn, the next 30 days, it's going to bring a lot of things back into balance. And it's going to make you really happy in the end. Even if it feels like drama, you're not really causing drama. You are just really being clear about what you want from people, what you like, what you don't, and it gets you closer to where you want to be, because the Ten of Cups is an ultimate happiness card. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. It's that reciprocal energy that we're looking for, Capricorn. Nobody is allowed to be in your life that's not going to give equal energy to whatever it is. A relationship, a work partnership, a joint venture. It's you're only going to work with people that are going to match your energy. So nice. On the bottom, I just got to show you because these are so beautiful. We've got the Star card and the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, Capricorn. I feel like money could be improving. You're definitely feeling more hopeful than you have in a while about the future. So really, really nice. Really, really nice energy there. Let's get an affirmation on this reading for Capricorn, please. Yeah, about time. Go for it, Capricorn. New moon in Aries. Look at that. See, we've been waiting. We've been holding back. It's not time to hold back anymore. It's time to ram that door right open and get what you want. Yep. Go for it. I definitely feel this read for myself because I tell you guys, it's been challenging. Health has been tough, money has been tough, all of it, you know, and it's just been a matter of just, you know, one day at a time, getting through it, and it's been all right, but it's like, I do feel like the wheels are finally starting to turn, especially this last month. It's been feeling a lot better, so much better. So I really do feel like, yeah, I vibe with this read for sure. And I do think, honestly, like, you know, Jupiter moving into Taurus recently, that's a big boost for Capricorn because it was in Aries. And Aries is great, but Aries creates a square to Capricorn, and it can be very challenging energy. So yeah. So I do think that we're in a better trajectory right now with that. And also, just Pluto getting out of our sign for the first time in almost 15 years and giving us a freaking little break. That's kind of nice too. When I tell people, they're like, oh, has it been a tough time? I said, it's been a tough 14 years. This isn't like a bad week. This is like a bad chunk, like a big chunk, that's been very challenging. And it's been that way for all the cardinal signs. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn have all just been, getting it. We've been getting punched all over the place. Like, we have been challenged in every corner of our life at this point. So, it can only go up from here. That's truly it. Like, once Pluto has gone through your sign, and we don't always get Pluto in our sign, because it takes Pluto what is it, 250, 260, maybe more to go through all the signs. It takes a long darn time. So yeah, 250 years. And so yeah, if you live in a lifetime where Pluto goes through your sign, it is unique, because most people don't experience that, right? It just doesn't happen that way always. So special. So special, Capricorn. I know. It's been so special for us. Now it gets to be special for Aquarius. That's who's up next for the Pluto transit. All right, so Aquarius, hello. This is your full moon in June 2023. Our full moon in Sagittarius will be with us on June the 3rd. That is going to be at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that evening. And this reading is all about the past, present, future of what that full moon cycle is going to mean for you. So Aquarius, this can apply to you whether you are a Aquarius sun, moon, Venus rising. Take it as it resonates for you personally. Let's get into it. We're going to use a couple lunar oracles and the tarot to get your messages. So Spirit, let's see what we have for Aquarius for the full moon of June 2023, please. Let's see what they need to see the most. Yeah, that's beautiful. Everybody's getting some really positive messages, which makes me happy to see. In the immediate past, last 30 days, we have conclusions within reach, full moon eclipse. We have had some eclipses recently, Aquarius, so definitely cycles coming to completion, conclusions and cycles coming full circle. And so it's been quite a bit for you. Let's get a clarifier on this and see if we can get a little bit more about this. Yes, and it does open new possibilities because we have the void moon. That's the dark moon. So I always say that dark moon is like, a chalkboard. It's nothing has been drawn on it yet. So it's time, over the last 30 days, cycles have been completing and you've been really considering, okay, what do I want to create next? What do I want to start fresh? Because something is completed or something has ended or something has changed and it's time to start something new. Right in the center, we've got the full moon energies of Sagittarius coming through. What's coming through for you is the third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. So there are going to be some things that you need to attend to. You will have to adjust a few things. I don't know if that's, I don't feel like those are going to be major adjustments, but there might be some tweaks. There might be some little tweaks to the plan or to, the program that you have to make before you kind of go forward. And it's just kind of a good point to kind of check in. That's what I feel about this for you. Sagittarius energy is very positive for you, Aquarius, so I do feel like this is a good full moon. It's a good cycle because Gemini is a fellow air sign, so it is bringing you a lot of positivity and a lot of flow right now. All right, so it's like this is really adjustments to make to sort of satisfy your personal drives or your personal hunger. You know, here's that wolf moon. You know, you might be feeling a bit lonely, a bit isolated in some of this. And, you know, that might also be what you need to adjust. It's like if you're feeling kind of lonely or isolated, is there a way that you can join a community or feel more active with a group or with a partner or with a friend? You know, is there something that you can do that, you know, you can satisfy those needs and desires while also getting, you know, what you need, which is more socialization. Going into the immediate future, I do feel like a very positive cycle is starting over the next 30 days. This is going to emerge with the full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. So I feel like whoever is involved in your life, Aquarius, whoever you're working with, whoever you're involved with, it's like it all kind of comes out in a positive direction. Both people get what they want. Both people feel, you know, satisfied and happy. So yeah, very positive card. I love that full moon in Libra. That's a beautiful one. And it's, yeah, look at that. It just, I feel like when you make others happy, it makes you happy too. We have this pleasure card. So to me, it's just like a burst of pure joy, bliss, happiness, just fulfillment, contentment. It's like everything is good. Everything is in a balanced state. So the next 30 days, that's very much what you'll be focused on. And I do feel like positive outcome is very possible if you put your mind to it. So let's get into some tarot for you, Aquarius. Let's deepen these messages up. Yeah, positive movement. Ooh, these are good. Yeah, these are very nice. So I do feel like, you know, things are coming out of stagnation. You might have felt like they were stuck still for quite a long time here with this Wheel of Fortune in the immediate past, but they have been moving. Like, you know, the last 30 days, things have been moving forward. Your sign is included in the Wheel of Fortune card, so I do feel like it addresses you a little bit more specifically as well. Time to learn some new things. You know, everybody, it's so funny when you look at the Wheel of Fortune, everybody's reading a book here. Notice that. Notice they're all sitting there reading a book. So to me, Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that rules Sagittarius, and Sagittarius many times is about education and learning new things and furthering your mind and growing in truth and understanding. So it's not a bad idea, Aquarius. If you've been studying something or you've been reading up on something, keep doing that. It's very, very positive to your growth and forward projection. Yes, things being brought into balance. There's our Libra energy. So, you know, this is all about harmony. This is all about, you know, justice coming out of injustice, right? Things being brought into a better place. Ultimately, I do feel a lot of that in your read, which is really great to see. In the present energy, same as where we had with that full moon in Sagittarius coming in on June the 3rd, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a very powerful card in any reading, but for you it's especially so because it is an air element, just like your sign. And to me, the Ace of Swords is, you know, the hand of spirit really coming in and clarifying things for you. It's like if things were confusing, if they were murky, muddy, you didn't have the answers, like it will come in and bring you those answers. It will bring you clarity of vision and direction. It's also a card of victory and success. So it's like if you've been feeling kind of like you've been craving a victory or a success over something or in a situation, the chances are very great here. But don't slack up. That's the thing. Don't slack up, Aquarius. Keep at it. You know, just like I said, keep reading, keep studying, keep working. Eight of Pentacles. It's like even if you have a success, don't rest on the laurels, as they say. This is, you know, definitely a time to keep at it. Don't give up. Slow and steady does win the race here. Going into the future, on top of the Libra energy, the win-win outcome, and the pleasure card, we do have the King of Cups. So to me, ultimately what this can mean is that you are partnering with people who are stable, trustworthy. The King of Cups is very emotionally stable, and he knows himself, and he knows how to deal with people in a very compassionate way with a lot of integrity. So this is very positive. Let's get a clarifier on this. You could be attracting a water sign as well if you are single. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And we have the King of Swords. So we got two kings here. And I feel as well, if this doesn't have to do with a relationship, this could just really be you balancing yourself, because the King of Swords is Aquarius. To me, the King of Cups is very Scorpio Cancer. And so to me, this is like the head and the heart coming together, like making decisions out of both those places. That could also be that balance card, right? The Libra, the balance. This is, you know, the heart and the head coming together, making decisions from both the practical and the spiritual side. Very, very nice. Let's get an affirmation on this reading for you. Time to shine, Aquarius. We have the new moon in Leo, so don't be afraid to shine your light. You know, don't dim yourself down for somebody else, right? You know, be yourself. Be your happiest, most positive self, I would say as well with that. All right, guys. We are on to Pisces. One of my favorite signs. I love my Pisces folks. I do, I do. I almost am a Pisces in some ways. I have a lot of Pisces influence. Oh, no worries, Gwen. We've only got 3 more, so I'll be done pretty soon anyway. Yeah, no worries. Thank you, too. I'm so glad you were able to make it. So Pisces, happy full moon, everyone. This is going to be your full moon reading for June the 3rd, 2023. This is going to be the full moon in Sagittarius, sun being in Gemini. So this is going to give a past, present, future layout from full moon to full moon around what's coming in for you. We're going to use a couple of lunar oracle decks as well as some tarot to get your messages. And Pisces, I would say, you know, that this astrologically, this could make you feel a little pinched, right? Just like for Virgo, right? Because, you know, these are signs, Sagittarius, Gemini, that put a square, that's a 90-degree angle to your sign, so you might feel a little more challenge, a little more pressure. But I would also say that with those square aspects does come a lot of friction, therefore a lot of sparks. You may have a lot of sparks of inspiration. Something may kind of light a fire under you that gets you moving. So it does create a lot of dynamic energy and growth at the same time. So it's not all bad when we have a lot of squares going on. So Spirit, let's see what we have for our beautiful Pisces for this full moon in June 2023, please. Yes, it is. Oh, look at all this fire. We knew there was some fiery stuff here, Pisces. So in the immediate past, the last 30 days, it's a time to take action with that new moon in Aries. So I do think the last 30 days there's been a lot of new beginnings, a lot of new growth. You know, taking action on things that you hadn't been moving on for a while here, Pisces. And I would say, you know, keep going with that. Keep going with that momentum. That's a very positive thing for you. Especially if it's a creative project. And, you know, it has been challenging. You know, I do get that feeling that there are tough cycles that are ending in this, right? This card reminds me so much of 10 of Wands, right? The resilience card where it's like, you know, got that bundle of sticks, you're making your way up the mountain. It's like just one more run with this and you're at the end of some challenging cycle, right? And I think that you are seeing that you're a lot stronger than you knew. You're a lot stronger than you knew, Pisces. A lot of people think, oh, the Pisces is so soft, so sensitive, so vulnerable, so gentle, but they're super resilient, right? It's like you knock them down, they do get back up again. They really do. So going into the immediate present, this is the energy with the full moon coming in. So we have full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. So I'm going to say the same thing. A couple people have had this card tonight. You know, if you feel your ego or your defensiveness flaring up, that's a sign to kind of watch that. But I honestly, many times in a read, feel like this could be other people that cause a lot of drama, maybe a lot of distraction with their own ego, you know, and it kind of takes you off of your path a little bit. So don't let prideful people get in your way. Don't let your own ego get in the way of going where you really want to be, right? Let's get a clarifier on this for you, Pisces. You know, this could be the challenge because like we said, you know, with those square energies that are happening with this full moon for you, there are challenges. So that could be it right there. Yeah, I think you're learning to exert your power, Pisces, because many times I feel like Pisces can be so flexible and so acquiescent to other people that you may be learning to kind of stand up to these strong personalities, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a Leo, it could be any sign. But, you know, people that are just kind of aggressive, they push their weight around, they push their ego around, and maybe usually you kind of back down, you know, just to keep the peace. But you may be kind of stepping into your power now and going, you know what? You don't have to be mean. You just have to put your foot down and put your boundaries down because you're really realizing how powerful that you are, Pisces. And you really don't have to take it if somebody's pushing you around and you don't want to go where they're pushing you. Going into the immediate future, we have the full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. So Pisces, don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to be your unique, authentic self, because that is what that card is all about. So the next 30 days, as we build up to the following full moon in Capricorn, don't worry about offending anybody, just being who you are, right? Dress how you like, do what you want, be yourself. The right people will love it, the wrong people won't. You'll get rid of them really easily. That'll be a good thing in the long run. And patience, one step at a time. I feel like this is a slow but sure unveiling of the true you, right? And this is something that, you know, maybe it's been kind of taking some time in coming. Maybe it's like, you know what, but piece by piece, I've been revealing more of my real self to the world. And now it's like, you're really doing it all the way. All right, let's get some tarot on this for Pisces and deepen these messages for you. Same layout, past, present, future. Yeah, so to me, wow, these are so positive. Really, really good cards here. So again, in the immediate past, don't give up. You know, that last struggle up the hill to make that last, you know, journey and complete this cycle is really going to be worth it. Look at that 10 of Pentacles waiting for you, Pisces. To me, that's just a card of complete success, fulfillment. You feel good about all the work you've done. You feel really accomplished. It just gives you a good sense of self and stability and grounding. So yeah, keep going for it. Don't give up. You're almost there. Yeah, Knight of Wands, right? It's again, this is that Sagittarius. It's fiery. It's adventure. Sagittarius full moon. It's lighting that little fire under your fishy tail. It's making you get moving so that you complete this last test or this cycle that needs to be completed, and it's very positive. Here in the present, look at that, the Magician. Like I said, you're stepping into your power. I feel like you're realizing your full worth and what you really bring literally to the table with the Magician, right? You really are. You're bringing a lot of positivity to the table. And, you know, like I said, if there's these kind of strong or aggressive personalities pushing you around, Pisces, I feel like you're not going to allow that anymore. And it's not by having to be aggressive or difficult back. It's just by saying, look, I know my worth. And I don't need to put up with abuse or harassment or being pushed around or being made to feel uncomfortable about myself or being put down if that's the case, right? High Priestess, yes, and you might keep a little bit of your mystery because that is a Pisces right. Keep a little bit of your glamour in there. You know, the High Priestess doesn't reveal everything. She's sometimes even a bit of a mystery to herself, right? So you don't have to reveal everything. You don't have to tell people all your plans or everything that you've got going on. You can kind of just drift on out of there, swim on out of there, Pisces. All right, going into the immediate future. Very successful. Six of Wands to me is a great card of victory, success, riding high. There might be people that are jealous of you. There probably will be, but who cares about them people, okay? You know, just enjoy your moment. Don't worry about what they're thinking, saying. Be yourself. Be proud of who you are. That's the time for it. This is a beautiful card. And I do feel like, you know, you've worked hard for what you have here, Pisces. This didn't come about just because you've been sitting around. I mean, you've been putting it in. And so if people are sitting there going, you know what, I wish I could be Pisces. I wish, you know, I had all that good luck or whatever is good happening to them. But they don't realize, you know, like you were working at it for years, right? You were working at it for years. It's not like this just magically happened out of nowhere. And, you know, the King of Pentacles shows that what you've been working for, the success that you have over this next month cycle, working up to this Capricorn full moon, it's tangible. It's lasting. You have definitely worked for this. And look what's on the bottom of the deck. The saying, you got your Magician showing up again. So again, you are very magic right now, Pisces. You're really capable of creating alchemy and making things happen. And that Six of Cups is really lovely because it's that old nostalgic, sentimental, happy memory feeling. Like you're able to create things that make people feel good and that make you feel good. So this is a beautiful read. I just love how many positive cards are coming out of this. You know, and that we feel like some of these difficult cycles are really coming full circle. And you're putting your feet down with people in a very positive way. Very positive way. Let's get a affirmation on this for you. You had the same as Capricorn. Yes, go for it. The new moon in Aries. You started out your reading with the new moon in Aries and you ended it with the new moon in Aries. Time to take action and go for it. So Pisces, yes, this is definitely not the time to sit on the sidelines. It's not the time to be, you know, sweet and subtle. It's time to be fiery, strong, dynamic, bold, brave, courageous, active, all of it. And as you know, when you do these reads, sometimes it is better to sit it out. Sometimes it is better to rest and be more subtle. This is not that time for you. This is definitely the wake-up time for my Pisces folks. It is, you know, and after we're done with Gemini season, we step into Cancer season, which is very positive for Pisces because it's all that water, and that is good for you guys. I'm very proud that I found a Gemini cup. I love to match my cups to the season that we're in. I do not have a Cancer cup. I gotta look for one. All right, we got 2 more signs left for all my night owls. If you're hanging in there with me, we've got Aries and Taurus. So Aries, you are up. Happy full moon, y'all. It is going to be the full moon in Sagittarius, June 3rd, 2023 at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to be all about your lunar cycles, what this full moon is bringing to you, past, present, and future. So Spirit, let's get into Aries. Let's see what we have got for them. What's looking good? What's looking good for my Aries folks out there? Nice. Ooh, very nice cards, Aries. Everybody's getting good cards tonight. I am very happy about that. Immediate past, the 30-day cycle, last full moon cycle wrapping up, is take time to breathe out. So Aries, I feel like you have been maybe burning the midnight oil a little bit. You've probably been working really hard. I would say, you know, this next 4 or 5 days as we build up to that full moon, I would just say relax, take it easy. Don't stress yourself out. You've needed some rest. You've definitely needed some time to just unwind, take a break, because I get a feeling you've been really going at it. You've been really, really moving and shaking. Yeah, just like Pisces, they had the same card in the same position. My goodness, the resilience card. It says this reminds me of the Ten of Wands, because this is really that end of a burdensome cycle. You've been working hard. You've been hiking those sticks up the hill again and again, but this is the last time you got to do it. So it's like, once that's done, relax, take a break, take a well-needed rest. In the center, what's coming in with the full moon itself for you is the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. This could be the beginning of a new romantic relationship. It could be the healing of a current one. You know, and if you're already in something that's making you really happy, then it gets happier, right? This is very balanced energy though. So either way, I feel like this is new balance, new harmony, no matter what form it takes for you. It's also, you know, your opposite sign, which creates that opposition dance, that opposition balance. So, you know, this is that balancing side of Aries. This is a time to really harmonize your life. Let's get into a clarifier for you on that. Yes. So this is a time, again, it's very balanced. We have that first quarter moon, you know, that halfway moon there in the sky. So it's like you can kind of like gauge your progress here at this time. I wouldn't say that I would like really jump into things brand new right now at this very moment. I would just, you know, take a little rest, because I feel like you've been working really hard and now it's time, you know, from your vantage point there up in the sky to, you know, take a look at where you've come from and what you have already accomplished. Take a look at, you know, what might be coming next. Doesn't mean you have to do anything about it right now, but just kind of, you know, gauge your progress. Take a little status report there. Going into the immediate future, we do have the new moon in Capricorn. Love this card. Your hard work is paying off. So I do feel like you've been working very hard at something, Aries, and this is finally feeling like, you know, like it's really coming into fruition. I can see the results. The results are good. It's making me feel happy. It makes me feel accomplished. Yeah, it's a nice feeling. Look at this. You know, if I was gonna give a like one word summation of this reading so far for you, Aries, it is balance. Look at that. We have the balance card. This card always makes me think of Libra because it looks like the little scales hanging over her head, right? So I just feel like this is a time of life right now. This full moon is bringing in a lot of balance and harmony, and it's setting up a cycle of greater harmony going into the future. So let's get some tarot on this, Aries. Let's deepen these messages for you. Yeah, and what I'm mostly feeling is like we've got this like kind of Capricorn Libra energy. It's like there's been a lot of hard work, but now it's time to kind of balance and relax, because that is the balance. If you've been working hard, you need to do a little bit of resting hard too, right? And all these are those cardinal signs, just like you, Aries. You know, this is all those cardinal signs. You've been doing some stuff. My goodness. Yeah. Here it is. Here's the rest. I know you won't rest forever, but you need to rest right now. In the immediate past, yes, we do have that Six of Cups. This could be just, you know, enjoying your home, enjoying a home situation. This can be nostalgia and happy memories. So, you know, it may be fine to take a little journey down memory lane, especially if it's a positive thing for you. Obviously, if they're not so good memories, you may not want to indulge those too much, but the good ones, definitely indulge in those. Yeah, I feel like for you, this is mostly happy stuff. And for some of you, you know, not all, but for some of you, you might have been really working the last 30 days at maybe having a home, buying a home, decorating a home, setting a home up, renovating to make it better, to make it a better place. You know, you may have been working on that with somebody, right? We got the 10 of Cups here. This to me is that kind of ultimate emotional fulfillment. So, you know, Aries, if you're in that situation, home, family, something like that, it's kind of that domestic bliss feeling for me. Um, if not, you know, you might be just doing it for yourself, you know, just creating that greater haven of rest, support, a place where you can really create. Right in the center, on top of that we have the Four of Swords. So, like I said, present energy with that full moon coming through on June 3rd. This is a time to rest, reflect, restore, look at things, you know, assess the past with an eye to the present, really kind of standing in the middle, looking at both sides, right, to balance them out. But definitely, guys, get a little sleep, take extra naps, Aries. Your body will thank you, I think. And we have the Lovers. Yeah, so again, you know, Aries, if you've got a romance partner in, you know, in your life right now, you know, they need a rest too. Both of you need to relax. If not, this is like, you know, this is Gemini energy, and we are in Gemini season. So to me, this is very much about you've been making a lot of decisions, you've been communicating a lot, and it's time to give your mind a good rest. Four of Swords is also a card of the mind because the swords are the air element. The air element does have to do with the mind. So, you know, this is really giving your brain a break because I think you've been using it a lot. You've been working it, so you need to rest it. Right, on the outcome, the next 30 days, we do have the Knight of Swords. So like I said, I don't think you're going to stay still forever because, you know, I think your mind is very active right now, Aries, and it's really going to be hard for you to, like, not use it because it's like thoughts are coming fast. They're coming really quickly. So, you know, but definitely give yourself some breaks because, you know, your mind is very active right now. And Three of Wands, yeah. But this is, to me, the energy I feel for you, Aries, is not so much running out and chasing it down right now. It's more like you've already been doing that a lot lately, and it's time for you to take a little bit more of a break and let the ships come to you. Just saying. Just allow yourself a little reflection, a little break in the action. Yeah. All right, let's get an affirmation, please, for Aries. Yes, there it is. See the bigger picture, and you are, guess what? I think the only sign so far to get the full moon in Sagittarius card, which is our full moon that we're talking about. So see the bigger picture. To me, this again, it's like taking a break to look at where you're heading because you've been doing a lot of work. And when you're in that kind of work bubble, you get kind of, you know, tunnel vision sometimes. So this is a good time to just take a break, climb that metaphorical mountain, look at the view, and kind of go, okay, you know, I've come a long way. Where am I going next? But let me take a little break while I do that. Let me rest. Let me rest just a minute. Eat a little something. Take a nap. Yeah. Got to do that. Got to do that. All right, one to go. Only Taurus. Taurus. Or earthy folks. You know, it's funny. We came out of Taurus season, but you know, Jupiter went into Taurus, so it felt like we didn't quite leave. We got 3 planets in Taurus right now, so you know, we're still in a lot of Taurian energy, even though the sun moved to Gemini. All right, Taurus. Hope you're doing awesome. This is your full moon reading for June 2023. We're going to be talking all about your full moon energies, past, present, and future. This full moon will be in the sign of Sagittarius, and the sun is in Gemini. So let's see what we have got for you. I love that Jupiter has just entered your sign, Taurus. It will retrograde later back into Aries for the next part of the year, but it will be coming back around in your sign, and next year we will really be experiencing even more of it. So it's very, very nice for you right now. Let's get into your full moon reading. We're doing a past, present, future layout to see what's going on with your lunar cycles. Dear Spirit, let's see what we have for our beautiful Taurus folks. Anything they need to see or hear for their best good around this full moon of June 2023, please. All right, guys, we are starting out the immediate past. Confidence is your key to success, Taurus. So I do feel like the last 30 days or so, you've been building up your confidence, gaining your courage, maybe finding your voice a little bit. Leo is a good performer, so you may be kind of practicing performance or presentation to kind of make your case or present your ideas a little bit stronger or better. But that is a very nice card to have coming through, because it definitely makes me feel like you're building up, you know, your self-worth there. And I feel like this is coming at a time when maybe you haven't felt so confident, right? This is coming at the end of a cycle where maybe you felt kind of like, I'm out here all by myself, calling into the void. This is that wolf moon. It's a January moon, you know, when things are really kind of barren and cold and sparse. You may have felt like you've really been, you know, doing things on your own for a while, but you know, sometimes being on your own can also give you that time to really self-reflect, to build yourself up, because nobody is there to tear you down. So you're really able to feel your own value, your own worth. Right in the center coming through for the present energy of the full moon is it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So Taurus, this is kind of like, you know, your flip side, because Scorpio is your opposition sign, and we did have that full moon in Scorpio last month, which was very intense for all of us, but you would have felt it especially so because it is that balancing sign to your sign. So this is, to me, a time when you're releasing any toxicity, you're releasing anything that's just been holding you back or making you feel down. This could be negative people, could be negative situations, but things might reach a powerful conclusion during this full moon period. So let's get a clarifier on this card for you. Yes, use your discernment about what you release and who you release, right? You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I do think that by removing, you know, whatever you see as the major toxic or negative elements of your life, it does change things dramatically. But you can be discerning. You don't have to remove everything, but even if you remove just one or two things, it can really, you know, cause the shift that you need. So going into the future, the next 30 days, hold your vision, fixed moon. Taurus, you are famously stubborn. Yes, you are. And sometimes your stubbornness serves you well. And I feel like in this case, it does serve you well, because if there's something you truly want, something you're committed to, something you're very, you know, serious about, this is a great time to use that power and hold that vision and stay fixed and focused on what it is that you want to accomplish or achieve. Yeah, you're creating something fresh and new here, which I really love. We have the void moon, the dark moon. So, you know, anytime I see that, it always makes me think of like the chalkboard that doesn't have anything written on it yet. You know, it's like you can create whatever you want out of that, you know, void moon. So, you know, Taurus, just saying, you know, you're creating something, and if it's something you feel truly passionate about, you know, truly good about, full-hearted, you shouldn't back down on that. Let's get into some tarot. We're just going to deepen these messages for you, Taurus. Same layout, past, present, future on these full moon cycles. Yeah, I feel like life has been speeding up for you for sure. Yeah, things have been moving faster. And I think that, you know, for you, it's like, I get a feeling like things have been slow, they've been slow, they've been slow, and then suddenly they're speeding up. Because the Eight of Wands is very quick energy. I think as you're getting closer and closer to that full moon, it's like things are moving faster. They're moving faster, they're moving faster, and you definitely feel it. Yeah, and look at this. It's a very positive movement forward because there's our Empress. That's what it's moving toward is, you know, a more abundant life, new creative projects, new life, new successes, maybe new love even. The Empress card is one of your power cards, Taurus. It's Venus ruled just like you. So I feel like you're moving towards something that's just making you a lot happier, making you feel a lot more fulfilled. In the present energy of the full moon, we do have the Page of Swords. So again, new ideas. I would disregard anybody that's gossipy or troublemaking or kind of spying on you. I would just focus on the positives of this card, which is gaining new information, researching whatever it is that you want to do, learning all that you can about it, that kind of energy, because this to me is, you know, fresh new ideas, fresh new communication. Yeah, and Five of Cups, I think that, you know, it's, again, you know, we had that releasing the negativity card in this present position as well. To me, Five of Cups is definitely about releasing some negativity or things that didn't work out the way that you had hoped. This is kind of like, you know, grieve what's lost, but be happy about what you still have and what you're building for the future. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days, what's coming up? We do have the King of Swords, Aquarius energy, so I do feel that this is, you know, the strategist, the plan, putting together something that's logical and, you know, follows a course of action. King of Swords is rather serious, not very emotional. It's very logical, very practical. If you find you're being too rigid, you know, it's sometimes a good idea to maybe be a little more sensitive, a little bit more emotional here. But overall, what I feel with the King of Swords is that it's very much about having a good plan for the future. Yeah, and Eight of Wands is coming in twice on this reading. Things are definitely speeding up the next 30 days as much as they have the last 30 days. I feel like something in your life is being very fast-tracked right now, Taurus. And you don't always like that because Taurus is definitely a slow and steady wins the race kind of a sign. So, you know, when things start moving faster, you're kind of like, oh, you know, it might freak you out a little bit. But I think overall, the Eight of Wands is a very positive card. It's a very positive energy, so I wouldn't be afraid of these changes. I think they're quite good for you. And, you know, if things have been moving too slow for a really long time, the last couple months is like, boy, they're speeding up. So hang on for the ride, Taurus. I think it's going to be good for you. Let's get into an affirmation on this. There we go. You know, you had two full moon and Scorpio cards. You got that card from both of these Moonology decks. You know, the first one has said it's time to release negativity, and then the second one is breathe through the tension. So, wow. Yeah. This is like really time to release tension, anxiety, negativity, anything toxic that you've, you know, been dealing with. It's time to flush it on out, you know, because again, like I said, Scorpio energy is the flip side of Taurus. And both of those signs can be a little bit obsessive. Like they can really get a little bit too like, ugh, you know, just super focused, like hyper focused on things. And, you know, releasing that tension, releasing that energy, letting go of control. That's always a big issue for both Scorpio and Taurus is a control thing. So releasing control, you know, planning things as much as makes sense to do it, as much as practical, right? But then after a point, it's like you just have to release it and let the universe take over. So I think that's part of this too as well for you. But these were great readings tonight. I really enjoyed them. I'm so glad we had quite a number of our members come in and enjoy this with us, and we had a few new people as well. So thank you so much as always, guys. If you want to donate to the channel, I have links below. Always appreciate that. Because, you know, the growth on this channel has been very slow. But I always appreciate whatever you guys throw my way. And if you enjoy these readings, definitely share them with your friends and anybody you think might enjoy them as well. Always appreciate it. Hey there, Daisy. I'm sorry you're late. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're just wrapping up. We went for a couple hours. But we did do Pisces readings. All the readings were really, really good tonight. These were our full moon for June the 3rd coming up, and I will get timestamps put up on all of these in just a moment once I finish the stream. Yes. Yes, it did. Thank you, Barb. I'm so happy to see you in here tonight. But I hope you had a great weekend, Daisy. We need to talk soon. We do. We need to chit chat soon. I'll be in touch. And thank you so much, Zalipa. I really appreciate you being here, hun. And if anybody out there has Instagram, I am also Dragon Tail Tarot, just the way it's spelled on YouTube here. I am the same on Instagram as I am here. So it's Dragon Tail Tarot on there. All right, my darlings, well, have a beautiful night. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. I'll talk to you when I see you. Take care.